Hello, I'm Liz Tilley and welcome to Ray White's Attraction Series, where I'll be getting to know some of the team's most successful business leaders and agents, finding out what makes them so good at what they do. First up is Andrew McCulloch, the new Director and Principal of Ray White Shaw Group. Previously the CEO of Ray White New South Wales and a former Director of Network Growth across the Ray White Network, Andrew was an extremely accomplished executive who has risen to become a highly regarded professional within the industry. So come with me and let's go and meet Andrew. Andrew, thanks so much for inviting me into your beautiful home here in Bundall. So tell me a little bit about when you first bought it and the recent renovation process.
So moved from Sydney, called a real estate agent to put a sort of a list of property together.
Yeah.
Looked at 5 that day. This was the last one that we came to see. And it was a bit of a dive, like it needed a lot of work. And I'd been instructed not to buy a renovator, but I fell in love with it, so I ended up buying it anyway.
Well, you've done a great job.
Thank you.
How long did it take to get it to this?
Amazingly, it was a huge renovation, but it only took 4 months.
Wow.
So we really had the pressure on the tradies.
Wow.
Ran over budget by about 150%, I think.
As you do.
But, you know, I really wanted a Bali villa. I spent a lot of time in Bali over the years. Wanted that sort of Mediterranean feel that you see a lot in Bali. So all the inside, but you'll see Venetian plaster throughout. The landscaping is all done in that Bali look. So really happy with how it came out.
No, it's amazing. It must be a good place to come home to after a long day.
Very relaxing.
Speaking of work, congratulations on your new role. Tell me a little bit about your journey in real estate and then getting to this leadership role.
So I started with Ray White when I was 17 years old.
Wow.
So I was only a kid.
It's yesterday.
Yeah, I wish. Started in sales, went on to business ownership and then a corporate role by the time I was 24. At 26 years old, I moved from Auckland to Sydney.
I thought I could detest the accent.
Yeah, it's definitely still there.
Yeah.
And went into a corporate role in recruitment with Ray White and sort of worked my way up to that CEO role that I ended up with. So sat in a CEO and director role for roughly 8 years before making the switch to sunny Gold Coast.
And what brought you back here?
Really wanted a house on the water. I wanted to be able to put a boat at the end of the lawn, and to do that in Sydney you need about $20 million.
Yes.
As you'd be aware. So this was a really good alternative, loved the climate, and I put my daughters in a really great school here as well, so it sort of worked.
Amazing. So you've got 5 offices under the new leadership. Tell me a little bit about your vision for the group.
Well, previously in my role as CEO, I led a team of specialists. Now these people went out, they were a specialist in each part of the business. So we had someone that looked after property management, we had someone that looked after the sales performance. That team was able to provide me with the ability to be able to grow the market share from roughly 10% to about 13% in that New South Wales market. So I've got an opportunity here to do the same, to create a team that's best in market, and we were able to really win the Gold Coast.
So you worked interstate and overseas. How would you describe the Gold Coast significance within the broader Australian market?
Well, the Gold Coast is an interesting market, right? It's been one of those markets that's been extremely boom-bust over the years. But I found since COVID, it's really been one of those markets that's taken off. And it's been undervalued for so long. I mean, you only have to look outside and see the amount of waterfront property here and think about the fact that these houses, up until very recently, were around that $1 million mark, sort of crept up to that 2 million. Now we're seeing houses in excess of $10 million being sold on the water. Yeah,
it's amazing. So what sort of buyers are you really seeing that it's attracting at the moment?
A lot of people still coming from Melbourne and Sydney. I think they're really chasing that lifestyle. A property on the water in one of those places is extremely expensive and just not attainable for the average person. But you can still come to the Gold Coast, even with the huge hike in prices, and afford something beautiful on the water.
Yeah, I mean, relatively, we're still affordable compared to Sydney.
Absolutely.
And what sort of areas do you think are really growing in interest and are becoming more appealing?
That surface Broadbeach market has been popular for so long that it's kind of, I don't want to say it's run out of steam, but it maybe has had its time. that south of there had become very popular. I really feel that those northern markets, you know, when you look at Sovereign Island, Runaway Bay, those sorts of things, there's so much left in those marketplaces that it sort of hasn't boomed yet, if that makes sense. You need a huge amount of development through there. And so I'm lucky enough to have 5 offices strategically placed around those marketplaces, really positioned and ready and waiting for that to happen.
We've got the sauna, the ice bath. I was going to ask you how you start your day, but this is obviously it.
It's definitely this. So this is my morning routine, sort of up around 4:30, into the sauna, into the ice bath, beach walk, gym, and then off to the office. So it's a good way to start the day.
It's a lot to get done in the morning, but is that sort of that routine important to getting what you do done?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I see a lot of podcasts and things like that with these agents that say that, you know, they're up at 4:30 and like, I get up because I'm stressed. That's why I'm up at 4:30. So
cortisol just spikes.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so it's not a routine. It's just I'm awake at 4:30. Forget about my day. So this certainly helps.
Amazing. What are some of the lessons you've learnt throughout your years that you're going to take with you into this new leadership role?
I think over the last 8 years in that CEO director role, I've learned a lot about leadership. One of the most important things, I think, is that it's not about you. As the leader, it's no longer about you, it's about your team. So making sure they're supported, making sure they're comfortable, they're happy, healthy. You know, we talk around recruitment now. I've really moved it away from commission splits with my salespeople and really moved towards a lifestyle for them. So when they come on board with us, they have a gym membership, they have something in the way of entertainment. I give them a 6-day wardrobe. So it's really moved away from that.
For you.
Yeah, you can. It's really moved away from that, you know, commission splits and that party life that real estate used to be, more towards that health and fitness mentality.
Because I guess that results in better productivity anyway.
Correct, yeah. You've got people that are well dressed, healthy, happy. It seems to work.
Look at this.
It's not a bad place.
What a view. Yeah, I can see you spend a lot of time out here, I'd imagine.
Yeah, this is one of my favourites. It's great in the morning. You get the sunrise out over here over Surfers Paradise. So it's stunning.
No wonder you came here. Look, it's just been an absolute pleasure. Thanks so much for showing me through your home. I guess finally, under your leadership, how do you plan to contribute to the continued success of the Gold Coast?
I guess I'm really lucky. I'm part of, you know, the largest real estate franchise in the country. So the support that they offer is sort of second to none. But really looking forward to implementing some AI, lots of technology. There's so much out there for real estate now that we're able to offer back to our to the salespeople and the property managers in there some real automation, which is going to be fantastic for the business. So that, along with the amount of support that I'm personally able to give them, and the leads generated from that, I think we're going to have an amazing business.
Very exciting. I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thanks, Liz.